Joining me right now from Local 2 is one of their reporters, Mark Boyle. I'm sorry. Mark, welcome to Houston's Morning News. Welcome back to Houston's Morning News. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You are in Beaumont now. Are you at the courthouse? What can you tell us? Anything new?
We are at the Jefferson County Courthouse, and we just spoke with the spokeswoman for the Beaumont Police Department, and she confirmed that the courthouse is going to be closed again today because of the investigation, closed off to the public. They've got about a 3-block crime scene, still active crime scene. And as for the new information, one person is still in the hospital, and that person is in what we're being told critical condition with touch and go through the night. And we know that one woman, of course, died because of this mass shooting, and there's still a lot to come. We expect another press conference on Beaumont PD later today.
Mark, the woman that is the fatality, and it is so sad because she was just there. She's basically an innocent bystander. She was there to file some paperwork, and unfortunately, did she just get in the middle of some crossfire?
She got in the middle of a crossfire, like you mentioned, wrong place, wrong time. She's a 79-year-old Minnie Ray Seabolt. She lived near the Louisiana-Texas state line. She was here with a family member. I mean, a tragic situation for this woman and her friends and family as well.
Now, what do we know about Bartholomew Granger? He is obviously no stranger to authorities, law enforcement authorities in Beaumont, and certainly no stranger to law enforcement authorities here in Houston. His brother was arrested last night. It was kind of strange during a press conference that they were having with Quan LX. Why did they arrest the brother? Do you have any idea?
Well, they were arresting him for a warrant, and we're told it's not related to the crime for Bartholomew Granger, a different situation. Why they did it right then in the press conference, and maybe they realized where he was at that time, and that's when they went to get him. There are several different reports for crimes with the suspect, Bartholomew Granger, both in Beaumont and Houston, and we asked why they were going to trial here. That's because most of the crimes we're told were committed in this city.
Mark Boyle from Local 2 joining us here this morning. Mark, thanks for taking the time. Do we know why, what prompted this shooting? Why was it that Granger all of a sudden decided this was the day he was going to start shooting at people?
Granger was on trial for he's accused of sexually assaulting some of his family members. Some of those family members were on trial testifying against him during a break. Those family members came outside of the courthouse, were told by police. That's when he opened fire. That's what we are told is the motive as of right now.
Now, do you understand? Was it his daughter that he's been accused of having a sexual relationship? Is that my understanding?
We are identifying the person as a family member. We're not positive 100% if it was the daughter or who in that family, but someone in his family is accusing him of sexually assaulting them.
Now, back to Matt Patrick and your morning news.
KTRH News Time is 7:46. Joining me right now is Jim Love. Jim is the program director at KLVI. Jim, welcome to Houston's Morning News. I know you're there in Beaumont. That is your home turf. Folks got to be pretty shocked by this, I would assume.
Absolutely. It was a shocking occurrence yesterday. There had been a shooting some years ago, not nearly as horrific as this one at the courthouse, but nothing like this has ever happened before. The courthouse is remaining closed today to the public. They plan to reopen tomorrow because they're continuing to investigate this tragedy, so much of it happening over a several-block area that they're continuing their investigation.
Jim, what do we know about those that were injured? Obviously, we've had one fatality. Very sad. A woman that was just there to file some papers to purchase an automobile, but we've got 4 other people that are injured. One, I understand, possibly in critical condition. Do you know anything else?
At this time, we don't have an update on her condition. The 20-year-old daughter of the alleged shooter, she is in critical condition this morning. There were a couple of other injuries. They were not critical. And, of course, 79-year-old Minnie Seabolt of Deweyville, who, as you say, was just at the courthouse to get some papers for an automobile, was tragically killed in the incident.
Now, Jim, today there will be another press conference, is our understanding here in Houston. What do you expect to find out at this press conference?
Well, we hope to find out perhaps a connection with Bartholomew Granger's brother. The alleged shooter's brother was arrested yesterday during a press conference, as you know, in Houston. During that conference, Jefferson County authorities took him into custody. Now, he was out on bond charged with sexually assaulting the same girl for which his brother was on trial. So we hope to understand today the connection and the reasoning by Jefferson County authorities to make that arrest yesterday.
And at this point, they're being pretty closed-mouthed about that. I would assume they just want to make sure they've got all their ducks in a row, because it's possible they may be charging this guy, I would think.
Very possible, so they are saying very little about it. And, of course, they do have Bartholomew Granger in custody. He was released from the hospital late yesterday and was taken into custody in the Jefferson County Jail.
What is the demeanor right now in the courthouse? I understand the courthouse is not open for business today, correct?
Courthouse will not be open for business today. Employees have been asked to return at their regular hours today unless they've heard from their department heads, and it is really one of absolute shock, just absolute shock. Several of the employees telling us that it was around lunchtime. This incident happened yesterday. They just happened to stop and not walk out at that time. They were on their way out of the building, many of them thinking, oh, it could have been me.
Jim Love, KLVI, joining us from Beaumont. Jim, our thoughts and prayers with those folks that are in the hospital and those folks that are affected by this tragedy. Look forward to talking with you again, sir. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.